Well, here we have a shelter that's left up from one of the youth camps that we ran 4 months ago. It's an A-frame shelter, so you have the A.
See the actual A there,
Yeah. And there's a long piece here supported at this point. I lay branches on the top, and then we thatch this quite heavily with grass here. This is a shelter that's typically used when you can't light a fire, and it's great small space in there.
It's tied up with, what's this?
This is spruce root. I mentioned using spruce roots to pack and tie our fire together, and here we can see that spruce root. We want to put together a lean-to because the lean-to is an excellent shelter to use in combination with a fire. Remember, this one's good to use when you don't have a fire, but the lean-to is excellent when we have a fire. All right, we're onto it. So the next component we need is cordage, and I see some right over there. Let's head there. Nice, perfect spot right here. And I've chosen this spot because what I'm after is spruce root. So I lied to you, I can't actually see it. It's underground, and I've got to get to it underground.
And that's what this is for, right?
My digging stick here, just a piece of spruce, tip sharpened, and we should be able to dig down, find these spruce roots, and pull one out the ground. Takes a little bit of searching, but hey, we got time. Thick ones are quite often easier to find. Okay, so here I've got spruce root, and we've managed to get some bits out here, and we're going to use these bits. I'm not going to process them in any way. I'm going to use them as they are, raw. Okay, so what we're going to do now is select our main cross piece for our lean-to shelter that essentially all the other trees' branches are going to lean on. And I want a nice long tree, and we're going to select this one. We want to dig down this area of the forest, and this trembling aspen will work perfectly for us. The method I'm going to use is a good method to actually use when you haven't got an axe. I'm just going to use my knife for this and take down this tree here. And now I'm going to go in. I'm going to knock this in. All right, I'll stand up then, Rolf, and then you should be able to pull that towards you. We'll see how it goes. Nice, it's a good job to leave the branches on there because we can involve them in the thatch of the roofing once we get back, so we can just leave them all on. Let's go. For these branches, make sure your legs are out of the way. You can put your blade on there, take it off. So I'm going from bottom to top. Going from bottom to top will reduce the chance of this splitting unnecessarily. And some branches you can just even whack off. Tie this one on, and nothing too fancy if you don't know your knots, just tie lots. We're actually using a very fine military string, which is actually very strong, and certainly carrying 30 meters of this stuff is no problem. And I can carry way more if I need to.
But I mean, if you were in a bind, you could use those roots that we dug up.
You could use the roots, yeah, quite easily here. I use this actually, Rolf, I think, because we need more of that to make that work.
We dug this out of the ground.
I know. We will use that.
I'm just gonna leave a little bit for dressing then, okay? So it looks legit.
Right, now we're in a position where we can start to lean the logs up there, so we'll try and choose the biggest, and we'll work our way along.
So this is the spruce, and we're gonna flesh out our lean-to with it to make it water resistant. Could we also use it as bedding?
We can do, and we can collect a lot of this, and we can use spruce or fir. And fir is very similar to spruce, but the fir needles are flat and they're friendly. In fact, it's nicer to get fir trees if you can, but we don't have any fir in this area. It's all spruce in this particular forest. But we've got the shelter done, we've made fire, so our next concern really is water.